hit him.
Touchdown, Deebo in the slot. This is my end zone. Give me everything you got. Defense, hit him with that Cosa Nostra. Quan Alexander, this dance, Nick Bosa. 49er Empire, 49er Empire. This is for the fan base, die hard, set by. Stand up, 4-9 to the heart, J.E. Paul Lord back in Candlestick Park. Levi.
Like I said, I don't think receiver is quite a big a need
as people are making it out
as
to be.
people think. But now we're in a really unique situation at that first pick at 13. We could trade back out of that. We could create a lot more draft capital for next year. We could keep that pick, go Jerry Jeudy or CD or do one of those things. We could do all of those things, and I wouldn't hate any of them. If I had my pick go, Ronbo, I'd probably go with Jeudy.
Are you listening? Damn.
Ronbo Sports here, representing the Niner Empire organization worldwide. Australia, New Zealand, UK, Germany, France, Mexico. ¿Cómo estás, amigo? South America and all over the USA. Hawaii, to the East Coast, New York City, New Jersey, Virginia, what's up? Oh my God, my Samoan brothers and sisters, you still haven't taught me how to say sister and Samoan, because oos. I tell you what, I never get tired of talking about 49ers. Even though we're in a situation where, you know what? We need to feel some happy. Something will do that. This is going to be better soon. I know it. So we talk about 49ers. You know what I'm saying? Remember, here, the draft's coming up real soon, as you know. I believe that over 90% of us, that would have to be an honest estimate. 90% of us want a wide receiver in the first round because we, first of all, been indoctrinated since after the Super Bowl. Kyle and John, right to the combine, don't talk to nobody else. We're just here to talk to Jeudy, Ruggs, Lamb, and you know what? We don't know who else they talk to as far as wide receivers go, right? And you pretty much know Kyle's already dropped little dimes here and there. You know, everybody knows Kyle loves him a route runner, so Judy's got to be the guy. Kyle also loves him some speed. He needs it right now. Ruggs would fit in perfectly to implement an offense that probably is missing that particular element more than anything else. But fam, I got to tell you something. I've been entertaining some thoughts here. The more you talk on social media, the more your mind can be altered, right? So I'm sitting there thinking, okay, Javon. People already saying things about Javon that is if to say, oh, man, he ain't all that, man. We need a wide receiver. Fam, I went and looked at Javon's clip and watched it for a few minutes. Dude is an animal. Now, I know he's not going to tear through NFL offensive lines like he does college. And even in the conference, he said maybe not as tough, right? But here's the thing. That dude, you may have been caught doing this. I caught myself doing it. I stopped. We don't know what impact exactly DeForest Buckner had on that defensive line. Now, for years, we've been calling him our top dog as far as defensive lineman, and it was true. The guy was, you couldn't hurt him or anything like that. He came in, he did a job every Sunday, Monday, whatever day we were playing. DeForest Buckner was out there doing a number. And now all of a sudden, you keep in perspective that who are you going to replace him with? See, as I said, we don't know what impact he had. I love me some DJ Jones, and I think he's come a long way, and I think he'll do not adequate. DJ Jones is going to be a good player next year. About everybody else, I don't know. I don't. I mean, well, I'm a little concerned. But then I thought about you put Javon in there. You, I don't know, maybe he falls off a little bit. But again, this dude's got some dog in him I never seen displayed by DeForest Buckner. He looks like a guy that he left his house pissed off. Buck looks like a very nice guy, and he's out on the field. He's very vicious on the field. But I got a feeling Javon, though I'm watching him play, this guy's kind of crazy. And he's big. And he's got that meanness factor I like. I'm just saying, okay, because we cannot be locked up into what 49ers are going to do because you never know about Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch. We knew last year they're going to pick up both of them. Okay, no. We knew last year they're going to pick up an edge rusher. That was a no-brainer. We didn't know which one. Williams was in there, I know, but still. Would have been nice if they picked up. No, let's not go there. Anyway, I'm thinking you pick this kid up, Javon. He's going to be less expensive for the next 4 years. 5 years to pick up the fifth-year option, right? He comes in and does a good job. I ain't going to say it's going to be equal to Bucket, but I tell you what, this dude looks scary. I believe he can do it. And we save all that money on a rookie contract for 4 years. Somebody say, hey, you got to pay Nick Bosa that next year. You got a back-to-back. What if he does have to get paid, does a great job? They got Nick Bosa and Javon getting paid. So you can build the fifth-year option on Javon. You got another year to breathe. Don't look at me like that. I'm just saying. I pick up Javon at number 13, and I pick up Denzel Mims at number 31, and I'm good to go. Come on, get to the Super Bowl right now. I'm talking crazy, because I ain't got nobody to argue with just yet. I like Javon. Okay, if we get a wide receiver at 13, I ain't gonna be mad though. Well, I'm twisted and crossed here, fam. I tell you, I don't know what to think here, but I don't want to get my feelings hurt come draft night, all right? By the way, if you turned in your card-carrying loyalty card about Jimmy G, for those of us who remain loyal, we can sit back and relax and just, Jimmy G is pretty much, apparently he's not going anywhere. 15.7 mil, I said 15.7 mil. At the end of 2020, they will have given him 3 years. All right, that's going to bring him up to about 85. They're not going to get rid of Jimmy G, in case you're thinking. Jimmy G's going to get better next year anyway. I've already predicted. People are still arguing. Jimmy G ain't got it in him. One dude got it. All we got is this stupid argument. He said, you look at Mahomes in his second year. You look at Russell Wilson in his second year. I said, dude, are you serious? Are you listening to yourself? You said in their second year. Why don't you give Jimmy a second year? He blocked me. You know, sometimes the truth hurts people, right? I'm going to tell you right now. Next year, Jimmy G is going to shh. Oh, the critics.
Ronbo!
What? MC!
Draft time coming up.
Yes.
Who you want?
I'm thinking Henry Ruggs.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, the Niners need to draft a quarterback.
Say what?
Ronbo had somebody hit E-Man Sanders.
Man.
I would still be counting my money.
Oh,
I'm gonna let it slide.
Oh.
But I'm still mad. And I'm gone.
You know, flag on MC, that's 15 yards for stupid conduct. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna nail that cat flap door shut before I go to bed. He better not leave. Can you okay. I need to stop arguing with people about Jimmy G. It doesn't do any good. It just makes everybody crazy. We need to calm down. This is that time of year we start getting in each other's throat for no known reason, and then everybody's all buddy, and family during the course of the season. We're like a real family, arguing and fighting all into the wrong season. Hey, one more thing though, fam, before we go to Cam. Are the 49ers looking for a tight end? And I heard a little thing about Jordan Reed, but you know, he's always in concussion protocol. That'd be a dangerous thing to do. And hey, here's the thing. There's a couple of guys out of college, one guy out of Washington, out of UCLA, got a couple of guys. But listen, the 49ers have been talking to them, right? But that doesn't mean anything. I probably doesn't mean a thing other than just doing their due diligence. But it seems to me the 49ers are serious about a tight end, and they might be picking up one in this draft. Because George Kittle and Ross Dwelly, Toy Lolo left. We got rid of the other kid from last year. We shipped him to the Giants. So maybe they are looking to get another premier tight end. Not a bad idea, but Delaney Walker's involved in this mix, by the way. The 49ers haven't approached Delaney Walker, but the thing is, speculation is the 49ers are going to sit back and wait. As always with speculation, right? Speculation is the 49ers are going to sit back and wait and see what kind of market he draws and what kind of prices that he's fetching, and then the 49ers may jump on that. Can you imagine Delaney Walker back in San Francisco? Kind of exciting thought. Big Delaney Walker out there. I don't care how old he is, he's still Delaney Walker. If you got George Kittle out there with him, you know, you're going to have to put a lot of emphasis on George. You're going to have that Delaney running around there, and Jimmy's going to find him. He's huge. Okay, too much. Let us wait until the season starts. Let's go out to New York. New York. See my boy, Steve. Now the fam, I got my dog from the East Coast. It's Steve, man. Steve always looks like he's ready to go. Steve, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I've had some time to process everything. It was rough for a while, man. I'll be honest with you. I spent about 2 hours on my living room floor after the game, just staring at the carpet.
See.
Everybody's brokenhearted, man.
See, this is a common story, man. Like, a lot of us went through this kind of trauma, man. And you're right. For the most part, it hasn't worn off yet. Because you know what it takes to get to the Super Bowl. And as good as we know these guys are they going to be able to do that again anytime soon? Because I figure the team's pretty much intact. And we'll get into that.
Yeah.
But you know what I want to know first, though? Because this is the thing that's going on. It's red hot right now because we got the draft coming up real soon. Right?
Sure.
And Steve used to be a wide receiver himself. So here's the thing. You got 99% of the 49er fans are saying, man, we don't want no more defense, man. Give me a wide receiver right now. You got some of the best wide receivers. This class is jam-packed. Steve, are you impressed with any of the names that are available to the 49ers? And I'm not sure if they're going to be available because at 13, I'm not sure. But, you know, some of the Judy, Ruggs, Lamb, those names, it's the only people are talking about. But you got anybody special? Or what do you think?
As far as top prospects, I'd probably go one of those three. I'm a big fan of Jerry Jeudy. I think he's got a really unique skill set. I see a lot of OBJ in him.
Oh, okay.
I like his hips a lot. He's really, really talented. Smooth route runner. I like his talent a lot. I don't necessarily know if we are in as big a need of a receiver as a lot of people let on. I'm a big fan of Trent, and I think that he's gonna come back, and I think he's gonna make a big splash, and I think he has a lot of third down potential for us opposite Kittle. If he can stay healthy, and we got a stud on the roster that hasn't touched that field yet, and I know we do, and it's Jalen Hurts.
Yes.
I'm telling you, I really do believe that kid's going to make a huge impact. But there was some rumors that I saw that I think he might be done or retiring or because of his back.
I heard that a month ago too, and I was wishing like somebody confirm this. I
never confirmed it either. I heard it though. I definitely heard it.
I did too. And you know, back injury is serious. You can't play ball with a back injury. Like if it kept him out the whole season. That's why you got to believe that could be more than just a rumor.
Correct. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, he is a real special sort of in between athlete. Like he's not completely a tight end size wise, and he's really, really big frame wise as a receiver. Right. He has a clip on his Instagram. I didn't know who he was personally when we drafted him, and when we got him, I went and immediately followed him on Instagram, and I started looking at a lot of his stuff. He has a video of him it was a split squat. I think it was Romanian split squats, or what they call those, Romanian deadlifts. It was a split squat variation with 225 pounds on his back and one leg. Ooh. Now, there's not a lot of people that are into the weightlifting ring, but that is astonishing. Like he's extremely powerful. I'm really excited about him. And Trent. I don't think receiver is quite a big a need
as people are making it out to be.
People think, but now we're in a really unique situation at that first pick at 13. We could trade back out of that. We could create a lot more draft capital for next year. We could keep that pick, go Jerry Jeudy or CD or do one of those things. We could do all of those things, and I wouldn't hate any of them. If I had my pick go, Ronbo, I'd probably go with Jeudy. I think I would.
Okay.
Jerry, maybe CD. Or Riggs. I mean, I would be down with Riggs, too. I like him, too.
Everybody calls him Riggs. It's Ruggs. But you know what?
Or Riggs. You're right. I'm sorry. Ruggs, yeah.
You know, I only think Ruggs is probably in the front slot due to the fact that Kyle's probably looking for a speedster to open up that field a little bit. But Jeudy, Kyle's got to think about route running. You know this. Everybody knows this. So obviously it would seem it would be Jeudy.
I would agree with that. Yeah, I would. That's who I would lean towards. He's just got. Do you know who my initial thought of? Do you know who it was? Was Mike Wallace. I saw a lot of Mike Wallace in his hips. I really did. I really felt like I saw a lot of Mike Wallace back in his Pittsburgh days when he was real streaky and smooth. Like I saw that a lot of OBJ too. He's talented. I like him.
Wallace. That is an interesting comparison. Because see, the thing is, if Kyle's been like in search of his number one elite, because Deebo can't be that because Deebo's a jack of all trades. Deebo's out there doing several different jobs. So you can't really designate him as that number one receiver. But you bring in Judy, here's a guy that runs razor sharp routes. And as I mentioned earlier, who would be the most compatible with Jimmy G? And I got a feeling you're right with Judy.
Well, if you think about the style of offense that we utilize, it's not a spread style offense. It's a timing and rhythm based offense. So you're talking West Coast style offense off a 3, 5, and 7 step drop, and it's always 1 or 2 reads. So, and it's a lot of back turned off play action, and it's a lot of under center now too. So that style, Jerry Jeudy, is going to be way better for us. That's that rhythm style, 1 cut, go, ball, that type style. That to me would be probably the best option would be Jerry Jeudy if he's even available.
And that's true. If he's the best guy in the draft, what are the odds of him coming all the way down to 13th? But they would have said the same thing last year when they picked up receivers as late as 20. I think Hollywood Brown went in the mid-20s or something crazy, and they got one more receiver before the second round ended.
And he really turned out to be a big weapon for Baltimore.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a problem. He's very good.
See, that's why. So what you do, and the 49ers got 12. They got 13 and 31. And a fantasy of some people is this: you pick up Judy at 13, and you pick up that speedster. If there's any, Mims has got speed, but he's not the kind of a guy that's going to open up a field. You get another receiver at 31. If the 49ers are going to go berserk, or there's Joe Stanley replacements, there's all kind of options.
Yeah. Oh no, no, not that, not yet, not Joe. Yeah, it's coming. I know it is.
So and that big kid out of Kentucky,
just savage. I saw him. Yeah,
you did see him?
I did. Yep. I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but I know exactly.
It starts with a B. But the thing is, you're not going to get him if you don't in the top unless you're in the top 10. I think everybody wants him. So
I could see us sliding down or trading out of that pick or I don't. They're going to go best player available. To be honest, what do you think about maybe safety? Yeah. Safety would be too high. I think
everybody's talking about safety. Who do you like?
Yeah. I don't have one picked out. I don't have a safety picked out. It's tough to say. I don't know what we're going to do.
Okay,
man.
let me put it this way. Why do you want a safety? Ward's been re-signed. You've also got Tavares Moore is still there. It's still grooming. Kwaski, his contract does expire next year. Are you talking box safety? Or are you talking a strong safety or free safety?
I think that the depth behind Jimmy Ward when he went down scared the hell out of me with Harris. He is a liability to me. And that scared me. And that's why I think that Defoe was allowed to walk for 2 reasons. One, I believe that they like the depth at defensive tackle better than they do the depth at safety. And 2, I think Defoe wanted a lot more money.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He wanted to get paid. Well, he earned it, but at the same time, it's like, man, we can't. That's crazy. $20 million.
21.
It was 21, wasn't it? 21. So $21 million you want, man. And I think that with the emerging, we still have Solly back there who, he's taken steps forward, albeit incremental. He has.
True.
We have DJ Jones ready. Streeter's there. We have a lot of guys we can plug and play there.
Did you say Deacon? I like that slip, though. Did you say Deacon?
Yeah.
DJ. But Deacon, if he could just beat Deacon Jones, good God.
Yeah, right. Big Deacon. That's a Ram right there. Yeah.
Well,
I think they like the depth at D tackle behind where Defoe was better than they like the depth. I believe there was a lot of fundamental errors that Harris made. The first touchdown that he gave up against the Saints was a complete breakdown fundamentally, and he repeated that mistake a couple of times. Mm-hmm. When you're in an open field tackle, the position of safety is called safety for a reason. Yes. Obviously, you're the last line of defense.
Exactly.
When you make an open field tackle like that, you never have your head on the downfield side. Your head should always be on the uphill side. That's how you secure the tackle, and that's why you're the safety. He made that mistake several times. There's no doubt in my mind that Saleh grabbed him and said, listen, if you do that again, we're going to bench your ass. That scared me. And Jimmy Ward, we need him, man. We need him. Like, so that's why I think that they let Defoe walk, though, is because they like the depth at D tackle better than they did at safety. That's what me, if I had to guess, that's what I would say.
And you're probably right too, because the Ward, they went and got him immediately as soon as they got through signing everybody else. He was priority number 2. So yeah, I fully agree with that. Now here's the thing, though. We were talking about big guy Jalen Hurd. I can't imagine where the 49ers are going to find the funding. But what are they looking at Austin Hooper for? And also they're looking at Jordan Reed now. What's going on with the tight end situation? Are we looking to run more tight end sets? Dual tight?
What I think that it is, I could be wrong, but I think that they learned a lot about the offense when Kittle went down. And I think that they understand that the offense was not synced and running the way that they wanted it to operate. So I don't think that they have a lot of belief in Ross. Not that he's not a good player. I think he's a quality backup, but I think they want someone who can do and have more of a similar type of skill set. Jordan Reed and Hooper have a very similar skill set to Kittle, not as athletic and explosive, but they do similar things. They can move them around. They're big men. They're athletic, especially Jordan Reed. He's athletic. And I think at the right price, they would be willing to entertain that, come in, learn the system, and back up Kittle. I think that all of us would agree that having like Austin Hooper, Jordan Reed back there backing up Kittle is a better option than Ross Dwelly. And now that Garrett's gone,
that's true. I'd forgotten about the Selleck. He is gone, and Selleck can come and do some crazy things. So,
one of my best friends is actually really close friends with Garrett Selleck. We were all supposed to go to New Zealand together last year. So, yeah, I was supposed to go with Garrett. Garrett's good people. He's got a jersey coming from me. He signed it for me. I can't wait to get it. He's my buddy.
Yeah, I always love Selleck, man. And Selleck's a brilliant guy. He was the guy that was tutoring Jimmy on a lot of things when Jimmy first came in 2017. In the huddle, they said Garrett was kind of directing things in there because Jimmy didn't even know guys' names. One guy
Garrett's
from Adam,
good
right?
people, man. I played with him online and stuff a few times. He's a funny guy. He's a good guy. He's got a lot of good Harbaugh stories I've heard. He said that in one particular time, he said Harbaugh chewed him out once in a 7-on-7 drill. Like, he was real particular about the hashes, he said, and Harbaugh chewed him out, embarrassed in front of the whole entire team. But Harbaugh loved him because he was an undrafted guy. Yeah. And he said that he goes, he had this right after he chewed him out, he went up to him and was asking him about his wife. And he was like, I forget Jim Harbaugh's wife's name, but it's the same as Garrett's wife. And he was like, yeah. And he goes, what's going on with your wife? He goes, I'm getting married. I'm going to be getting married in Michigan. He's like, yo. And this is Harbaugh saying it. And he was like, I'm a Michigan guy. And he's like, I know, coach. And he's like, yeah, I'm a Michigan guy. He goes, I've been known to say a sermon or two. And he's like, really? And he goes, yeah. He goes, I want to say it's Jennifer or something like that as his wife. I could be wrong. And he's like, I'll have her send you out an invitation, coach. All right. He goes, yeah, that's fine. It's fine. And he said like an hour later, like maybe 2 hours later in the lunch line, that he said had the exact same talk with Harbaugh again, the exact same conversation. Like he totally forgot that he had it. And he was like, dude. And like, then he said at the wedding, this guy, one of my buddies, Drew, he played tight end or linebacker tight end at Michigan State. He's best friends with Garrett. He was saying at the wedding, Harbaugh was at the wedding, and he was like, he was sweating profusely, had his tie undone, just talking football the whole wedding. It's just like manic.
Harbaugh he's a freak, man. I always enjoyed him because he was strange.
Yeah, he's a different kind of guy, man. Loves football. He's just a football guy.
Hardcore at that. That's why I couldn't put up with anybody in the front office and why I got to get excused. But that's another story.
Yeah.
Hey, but check it. Because you and I both have this thing about Jimmy G, and we feel like the guy gets way too much hate for who he is and how long he's been in the league as a starter, that type of thing. But he is being crucified right now. Do you see, and as you were laying on the floor after the Super Bowl, looking up at the ceiling, were you blaming Jimmy G for that? Do you hold him fully responsible like a lot of people are doing right now? And some of this hatred, is it justified or not?
I've been watching sports my whole life, and I've been watching football my whole life. Played it my whole life, and just in general sport. I've never seen an athlete so condemned, like for no reason to me. Like, I guess I shouldn't say no reason, because, as you know, I'm honest, man. I'm going to tell you the truth. It's just who I am. Yeah. And he had Emmanuel Sanders on the post.
Yeah,
he had him and he overshot him, and that hurts to say. And I bet you every single night before he goes to bed, he wants that one back.
He does.
But the real facts is that play, I would say, yeah. But there was other plays that were other people's fault that didn't happen. The breakdown in coverage on the 3rd and 15, the non-holding call on that play that would have been called, and the game would have went a completely different way. But
the helmet-to-helmet shot, I still can't believe.
But like, what's the mark of a good quarterback? What are we looking at? Well, I'll tell you what I look at. I want to look at there are a few categories that I look at. I don't like to look at statistics that much. I think that they're overblown, and I don't think that they tell you the whole story. Excuse me. But I believe that there are 2 statistics that could be a really, really good. They give you a good idea of a quarterback's ability. One is his completion percentage.
Yep.
That's the most indicative statistic on how accurate a pass is he throwing. Okay. Jimmy was a top 5 guy in completion percentage. That's huge. That's the importance of that cannot be overstated. Okay?
Number 1 on 3rd down conversion.
And that's the number 2 thing. He led the NFL on 3rd down. That's the money down. Now, Tom Brady made a career doing this. He's a 4,000-yard passer. He's the only quarterback in the NFL in the top 5 of completion percentage, touchdowns, and yards per attempt. The only one in the top 5 of all 3 of those. He's 27-6 overall as a starter, and every single one of those losses have been in the final minutes of the fourth quarter. He's yet to be decisively beaten. Kyle Shanahan is 4-20 without him as a duh. Like, let me ask you this question. If I went up to a Miami Dolphins fan right now and said, your starter in his first full year is going to take you to the Super Bowl, you're going to win your division, you're going to go 13-3, all 3 of those losses are going to come in the final second. You're going to have a 10-point lead in the Super Bowl. Your quarterback's going to be number 1 in the NFL on 3rd down. Would you sign up for that in his first year?
In a heartbeat.
If the only person that would say that it's a no is just someone who's just, you're a hater. Like, you're just a hater.
You know, and he's got
That's
plenty of them.
absolutely asinine.
And they come out in droves. Every single mistake, everything you just stated right there was absolutely accurate. Jimmy G's not getting blown off the field. When he loses a game, it was an escape. And in this case of the Super Bowl, okay, he made a couple of errors. But for the love of God.
And another thing, Ronbo, we didn't even bring up the biggest fact. The guy blew his knee out last year.
I know, nobody cares.
He blew his knee out last year. Like, give him a break. It's his first full season. He went to the Super Bowl in his first full season. And the thing, here's the real reason. I'm going to tell you what the real reason is. In this world, people want to bring you down, man.
Oh yeah.
People don't want to see you succeed. That's the meat and potatoes of it. It's like there's a salmon and an eagle. You ever see the salmon get to eat the eagle?
Yeah,
it just doesn't happen.
One time,
it's a cool fact of the way life is. When you got a guy who looks like Jimmy looks, who plays the way he plays, got the quick release. He was with a porn star. He signed a $137 million contract. He's the starting. Green. They want to hate, bro. You want to hate is what it is. But the thing is no one will be honest enough to say. And you know what? Everybody else, Ronbo, and all of your viewers listening to me right now, heed what I say. I'm telling you right now, they see the same thing you do. He's cool, calm, and collected and gnarly on 3rd down, and our franchise is set for the next decade plus. And the experience he got through all 3 of those playoff games and the Super Bowl at 28 years old is going to be absolutely invaluable to this kid. And we were right here a year ago before the season, and we were calling all this out. I was like, "Why he's going to go bananas?" I bet you by prediction time, by week 10 of next season, he will be in the talks for MVP.
I agree. Because Mike Person has been told you can go because Mike Person had a lot to do with that Super Bowl. I mean, the Kansas City defense was in Jimmy's face on every throw going down the stretch. So, you know, I said, okay, you guys watch. You think that anybody can just come in and just, master Kyle Shanahan's offensive system within 5 minutes. Okay, fine. But you idiots who don't really understand the game, let's see what you look like next year. Because I got all you guys' names because I get really pissed off on social media about arguing. I got all you guys. I got all you guys' names. I'm going to come back. So how you like him now?
Keep receipts, Ronbo. Keep receipts. Because you know what? You were in his corner last year too, just like I was.
Absolutely.
We were defending him last year.
Yep.
I'm like, dude. I'm like, you guys think this guy? I'm like, dude, you see the same thing I do. What are the good qualities in a quarterback? Leadership. He's humble. He's good with the media. He's got great presence in the huddle. He's accurate. He's decisive. He's good on third down, and he comes up in the moments you need him. The guy had more fourth quarter comebacks than any other quarterback in National Football League last year. What the fuck are you not seeing? I don't know what to say.
They're waiting for that one mistake. If the guy can have 20 or 30 great plays in a row, he makes
You're
that
right.
one wrong play. Get rid of him. Get Tom Brady in here. Get Tom Brady. Well, for what? He's 43 years old. Oh,
yeah.
God. What do you got, 2
crazy
years?
talk.
Oh, so,
It's crazy talk. That's what it goes back to what I'm trying to tell you. All 49er fans see the same thing we see. We see the accuracy, the decisiveness, the command in the huddle. Dude, he's never taken delay a game penalties. He's always managing the game. He does throw a couple boneheaded plays, but sometimes he gets tricked with coverage. They bracket guys. They roll covers. They roll the safety down into a robber. They move into a Mabel. Things happen, and he's young. Those are the things. Those are growing pains. It will end. He is the type of personality that I do believe is going to stay so dedicated to learning the game that it will evolve, and he will do better as time goes on. He is only 28, and as a player, he's a baby.
Yeah.
He's a baby. I mean, he's had less starts than Baker Mayfield.
And there's a guy. Nobody says anything about Baker. Maybe they don't expect anything more from Baker. Deshaun Watson screwed up royally last year. All right, yeah. Jared Goff is a waste. Here's the thing, Steve. I'm telling you right now. Also, the receiving core is going to become more in sync with Jimmy as time goes on. They had to learn a lot too. There were times when they could have came to that ball and they stood, or else ran a route. And Steve, you probably recognize it too, being a receiver. I saw Dante Pettis pull up on routes more than one occasion.
Yeah.
Because he saw people coming. I said, look at Dante.
Go back to our last talk before the season last year. And I will tell you, I think that he's soft. You'll hear me say, I think he's soft.
You're right.
I don't think he likes contact. Said it before the season. I knew it in him. He gator arms balls. He does not. That's not a knock on Dante Pettis, though. Listen, man, I'm going to be honest with you. I played fucking receiver for a couple of years, and that's in high school level.
You do get smacked.
It's horrifying. It's not for everybody. And to play at that level with those animals, my Lord, like he took a shot. Garoppolo, I can't remember the game it was, but he took a shot on the sideline. He landed hard on the sideline. And they had a zoom in of his face.
Yeah, he was in pain.
It was that, and like just the there's a great audio bite of Steve Mariucci talking about Tom Brady and Giovanni Carmazzi when we drafted him in 2000. Remember this?
Right.
And he was saying that the first game that Giovanni Carmazzi ever played was in New England, or it was in San Francisco, and it was against the New England Patriots. And he said, I think that Giovanni got off on the wrong foot in that game. And to this day, I think that it was too much for him. He goes, I think that the realization that some guys are trying to rip your head off is some people thrive in it and they love it, and others they don't like it and it crumbles them. Yeah. And he goes, I think in that game, I think some doubt crept in. Yeah. And Giovanni played 2 games for the 49ers, and that was it.
See.
And I really do hope I'm wrong about him, because I think that he does have some really slick ability.
Oh, he's marvelous running those routes. But you're right, and I don't think I predict this to be Dante's last season. But if for no other reason, the Kyle's going to go ahead and show him the door, because he's going to do it for his sake, because he's going to get hurt out there. If you're not a dog and you're in that situation, he's going to be on every play. You are going to get hurt. Seriously. Yeah. Because look at Deebo. Deebo's out there handing out pain. So you got the kind of guys that are concerned with getting paid, and guys that don't give a damn. Hit me.
Deebo's the kind of guy that wants to get. He's looking for contact. See, like, and that's what I felt like we were missing for so long. I was such a big fan of Deebo in college out of South Carolina. I loved him, I was like, yo, we get him. It's going to bring an attitude to that position we haven't had in a long time. His first pass in a regular season game, we were backed up against Tampa Bay. He caught a slant on third down, and it was a bang bang right off the safety, hard hit, jumped right up and was first down. Yeah. And I went, that right there is what we've been missing. That is what we've been missing for so long. Pierre Garçon had a little bit of it.
Yeah,
but
Garçon's the author of that book, man. I'm telling you, Garçon's another animal. And Jalen Hurd, if indeed he can get over that back issue, there's another guy. Come get some, guys, because I'm here for you. Anytime you talk about a guy doing, what's the name of that exercise? I've never seen anybody try to put 225 on his shoulders and go up and down on one leg.
Romanian split squat. It was a Bulgarian split squat. A Romanian deadlift is what I was thinking. It's called a Bulgarian split squat. It's basically what it is you got a bench press, right? Like a flat bench. And he's got the instep of his foot or the front of his shin. One foot is up in the air and the other's on the ground. And then he's got 225 pounds on his back.
I didn't know the name of that. I've seen this.
Squat with one leg suspended behind him in the air and the other one is squatting. But a 225-pound squat is not a terrible squat with two legs.
2 legs, yes. I was going to say, you do it for reps. Yeah. By the time you get to do it for reps, your legs are where they should be, or you can grow from that.
It's bananas. That is really, really strong. Like, that's really strong. Like, that was eye-opening. Like, but that's the type of thing. Like, even in the highlights that we did get to see of him in preseason when he's aggressive at the goal line and just throwing himself at it. That's football, though. You have to have, and like I said, I just don't see that dog in Dante. I think he's soft. And I don't think he likes the contact. He gator arms ball, a couple of slant routes. That one play, that last play, when Kyle pulled him out, it's time to go. Like, you're a liability, man. We can't. We need to complete this first down. And you don't want to get hit.
I feel bad for him. He worked all his life to get there. Now he's found out he doesn't want to probably be there. It's just a sad thing. I'm sure it's happened before. Just like you mentioned, there's probably been a number of players down through the years that weren't even as good as Dante, or even the Mariucci story. I feel bad for him. But at the same time, I want the 49ers to succeed. And if he can't help us, then I'm sorry.
Man.
Go play. Your dad plays baseball. See if you get in the MLB.
I think he does have a lot of raw ability. I think
he's an athlete.
He definitely is an athlete. I think that he maybe if he put a lot of size on, put a lot of work into his nutrition all season, got really big into the weights, worked on his quickness and stuff. I think that sometimes that type of stuff does something to people. We get a lot bigger, and then
you're stronger. You got more confidence, and they told him that last year, Dante. And they told him this year too. Get stronger, all right? Get stronger, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, let's see what he does.
We got to wrap it up, man. It's time to give me that holler, man. Are you ready?
Oh, I got you, baby.
3, 2, 1. Yes.
Let's go.
Thanks, Big Steve. You stay safe out there, fam. Boy. Fam, I ain't gonna hold you up any longer. I gotta go because we're gonna get together sometime shortly too. Anyway, so fam, please do not forget to hit that like, subscribe, and share. Tell everybody how we get together. See you in a few. Count me down.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Never have the secrets.
Oh, this you crazy mother.